Hi everyone, I'm JD. Welcome back to my channel. So this is a journal that I was supposed to do last year, but I just ran out of time, and yeah, it was one of my priorities to get this done as soon as I got back from my holidays. And so Jenny from HelloBNatural last year, she contacted me and asked me if I'd like to do a couple design team projects for her, and I did one with the unicorn kit that she so beautifully created, and I'll link below the flip through of that journal, and also I'm going to link below her channel and her Etsy so you can check her all out. Very talented lady, very creative. And yeah, the second kit that she sent me was the Aussie kit, and the Aussie Christmas kit. So 2 kits. Wow. I had so much to play with in this journal. So it is very much an Aussie journal, as you can see by the koalas, the cute koalas on the front, and the green and gold theme that I was going for. And you can see it all going here. And then the wattle, which is, I believe, the national flower emblem of Australia, and I just thought the green and the gold paired really well there. Just so vibrant and beautiful. And in a way, I'm actually kind of glad I didn't get to do this last year, because yeah, I've just got a bit to share about my heart about this journal, and yeah, just there's a bit of a story that goes with it, but yeah, I just have to apologize to Jenny that it took me so long. She was so gracious though, and totally understand that, you know, life happens and gets busy and all that kind of thing, but yeah, definitely wanted to do this when I got back. So yeah, you guys know about the bushfires that are happening in Australia. I've been getting quite a few messages from people both in Australia and overseas. So it's obviously been on the news overseas even, which is kind of amazing. And just so you guys all know, I am safe. It's all safe here. My family is all safe. All my friends are safe. The area where I went to in Melbourne and where my family and friends are wasn't affected by the fires. There was one day when I was down there that there was a chance we had to evacuate, a really hot and windy day. Thankfully, the weather went a bit colder that day. It was still really, really windy, and the power went off quite a few times that day. But yeah, we didn't have to evacuate or anything. But yeah, it's really smoky down there, really, really smoky. And yeah, never seen it like that before. And when we drove through New South Wales back to Queensland, it was just even more smoke. Yeah, it was really crazy. So yeah, you guys know that every month I donate to a different charity, and I've been doing this for the last 6-7 years now, and every year I increase the amount by $1 each year, and I hope to do that until I'm giving away at least half my income, and if not more. But I started off with $50 a month, and I'm now up to $56 a month. And so for January, I just knew straight away that my donation for January would go to the Australian Red Cross. So I'm going to link them below as well, in case any of you guys would like to donate to them as well. So they're helping people who have been affected by the bushfires and who may have lost everything. And so the other thing that was on my heart though was, you know, looking after people is awesome, but my heart also goes out to animals. Ever since I was a kid, I've always been a big animal lover, and animal cruelty has always been something that I have, you know, it's always been heart-wrenching for me and brings me to tears, and something that I always want to be participating in, if that makes sense. So I used to volunteer at the RSPCA shelter, that kind of thing, but I want to, if I can, with my donations, I'd love it in an ideal world be able to donate to an animal charity every month. Just sometimes other things come up and I'll donate to a different charity if it's a more important need or something, if it just speaks to my heart for that month. But yeah, I thought, you know, I really want to also donate to helping the wildlife, the animals that have been affected by the bushfires too, the animals that have, just horrible things, you know, animals being burnt or just dehydrated, or the animals who have lost their food and their homes, their habitat. And anyway, so I just really want to do something with that, and I've been just really blown away by the people in the junk journal community who have put up journals and Etsy packs and ephemera packs and paper packs to raise money for the animals and for those affected by the bushfires. And I thought, this is so great. Just the junk journal community coming together to help others, and not necessarily fellow junk journalists, but just those in need. And I was just moved by that, and I just knew I have to be part of that. And also another thing that really inspired me. Okay, I love tennis. I really, really love my tennis, and so the Australian Open is on right now, and these 2 weeks, TV's always on. It's on right now in the background on mute. And so, yeah, sorry, I just turned around to see who's winning at the moment. It's Federer versus Millman. Come on, Millman, let's go, Aussie. Anyway, so I was just really inspired by Kyrgios, an Aussie player, and just how the tennis world got behind the bushfires too. Non-Australians getting behind helping raising money for the Australians who've been affected by the bushfires. I thought, that just, it speaks volumes, and if tennis players can do that, let's all get on board. So anyway, so I thought, okay. Also, Jenny herself, she made some journals with a wildlife theme as well, and I really loved what she made, and I was hoping to get the Kookaburra one, and when I went to a shop it was already sold. So that was great though. But she was raising money for the wildlife too, and 50% of all her sales from those journals went to that cause. And so for this journal, I'm actually going to auction it, and all the money will go to helping the wildlife. I haven't picked a charity yet. I still want to research which one I want to choose, but it will go to one of the charities that supports the animals that have been affected by the bushfires. And when I announce who wins the auction or whatever, I'll announce the winning charity and link that below too, in case anyone else wants to just donate to that charity as well. I'll do a flip through so you can see what the journal is, and then I'll go at the end and talk about how to enter and all that. So this is sari silk. No, this one is sari silk. This one's seam binding, and these are my two favourite closures. So that one just wraps around to give it the gold, and then this one's the full closure, and there's room to grow with this one. So there we go with that. And then we have some yellow bulb pins to go with the theme, and we have a green bell here, and I thought, because it's the Aussie Christmas kit, jingle bell. There's a feather here again to go with the flora and fauna theme of this journal. There's a gold jingle bell, and there's the word family. And the reason I chose the word family is because of how the tennis community came together to help others in need, and the journal community has pitched in as well to help those in need, and how we all can come together. We're not related necessarily by blood, but we are all human, and we can band together and help each other out as a community, all in this together. Okay, and so inside I've got a few little things in here. I've got a vintage postcard. This was from my haul while I was in Melbourne, so I've still got to share that video of all my vintage finds while I was in Melbourne. I've got so much to share with you guys. Lots and lots of postcards. So this one is actually a Christmas postcard, Christmas greetings to go with the theme. And then this is from the kit. It's actually an envelope, and I left it open for the first time. And my inspiration for this was Liz at the Paper Project. She does this quite a bit, and I love the idea. When I saw her do this, I was like, oh, that's a good idea, because then you can just open it up and have all this secret writing space. Or you can pop something in there, or you can seal it up if you want. So I love that freedom that you can choose how you want to use that, to store something or to use all those surfaces. And then this one, I did one of my napkin envelopes using the Rainbow Lorikeet napkin here. So you can just use that however you want. Stick it in somewhere, or keep it in here, or use it in your own projects. So that just tucks into the front pocket. And then I put a map of Australia for the inside of the cover, which I thought was kind of cool. And then you'll see these beautiful pages from Jenny that she has created, and I've interspersed these with any pages in my collection of Australia. So we've got a wombat picture here, for example, and I love how she's got the kangaroo on this page, and just, you know, Australian flowers and things. And I put one of my stamp tags here with wattle on it, so I thought that was fitting, and the green and gold there. Something unique about this journal too is none of the paper is using white paper. It's all using green and yellow paper. I coffee dyed green and yellow paper to go with the theme. I'm just going all out with green and gold in this journal. So you can see the yellow, which I think is really cool. And I had these beautiful pages of Australian flowers. These illustrations are just gorgeous. And then in the kit there was just so many pieces of ephemera, so I love the stamp here. So yeah, Jenny, your kit is very large. Like, my goodness, you guys, you get so much in the kits. So in here, in this organza bag pocket, there's the gumnut babies. Aren't they so cute? I love the gumnut babies. And then just using bits from the kit to decorate some of the pages. So I love the stamps that she's included. Sewn on some pockets and things here and there. It is one of my embellished journals, because there was just, so much ephemera. And Waltzing Matilda, I thought that was very fitting to put that page in there. This came from a children's book, poetry book. One of my journal cards that I backed onto coffee dyed paper, and just including, I think it's the Banksia or the bottle brush. I should know the difference between those two, shouldn't I? But anyway, things to do. A little pocket here and pocket here. So I chose this because it actually says Australian Stockman's Hall of Fames and Outback. So it's just a playing card, but I love that reference to Australia. And I love these kind of postcard, and that's why I put the Christmas postcard in the front pocket as well, because it just goes so well with this theme and this kit. Again, I just love these pages that she does. This one I turned into a pocket, and inside, wrong way, just got like a long envelope with a tag from the kit. So that one just tucks into this very large page pocket. Here I've got a poem from a poetry book, Clancy of the Overflow, and this is Banjo Patterson, so yeah. Got to have a classic Aussie poem in there too, as well as a classic song. So more, I love this page. I don't know why, I just really love that page. I think because it's neutral, and then you can write on it. A bag here, and inside, oh, this is another one of my vintage purchases. So these are vintage library cards, and look how perfect this is, the Great Southland. So that will go into that pocket. And then we have another little stamp that goes and tucks in there. How cute is that? So we've got a large tuck spot behind here, one tuck spot here, and in this envelope, which comes from Bonnie and Clive, is another journal card. So lots and lots of writing space in this journal. It's one of my paper bag journals with the typical 50 pages, 100 pages front and back. So acacia again, the wattle, so pretty. Love this image. I think I want to put that in my own journal. I love the kingfisher. It's one of my favourite birds. Pretty much because it's got blue on it. It's like the only full blue bird I know of. Wait, is the blue jay all blue? I don't know. Anyway, and then this one's a picture of a magpie from this vintage dictionary. I loved putting the green lace onto the yellow paper. And in this little glassine bag, this is so cute. The koalas, so adorable. And I think that's mostly what I'm worried about with the bushfires too, is the koalas, you know, not having the trees, and they're very slow moving, so if there's a fire coming, you know, oh, that just, it's a horrible thought. But anyway, so yeah, one of those brochure things. And I chose one on native plants, so that's very cool. And that reminds me of my mum too, because she loves gardening and she was always into planting natives to let the native wildlife come to a garden. This is an envelope using a napkin that has Melbourne on it, which I thought was very cool. And then inside we have one of those candy bags from Bonnie, because it says handycandy.net.au, so there's a reference to Australia. And I just got another little journal card in there. If I can get this back in. So yeah, I might do an ASMR version, a flip through of this journal, because there was a big long spiel at the start, and and yeah, I feel like the glassine might sound nice with the ASMR. I just love paper sounds so much, or glassine sounds especially. I think that's my favourite. And this middle page, I chose this one for the colours. So you've got the yellows, the greens, the red and the blue. I thought that was so pretty. And oh, I paper clipped this piece in. I love these ones because they look so retro. And I've included some of these old Australian coins. So I thought that was a kind of cool piece of Australian history and ephemera to put in this journal. And then just decorated this with another stamp, journal card. This actually reminds me of my dad's cousin. If you saw the Traveller's Notebook flip through, you would have seen the merino wool, because he's a sheep farmer, and this is exactly what he does. When we go visit him, we watch him do this. You know, he's got the dogs rounding up the sheep, and there's the horse as well. So yeah, that's just so relevant. Like I totally relate to that image. And again, I love this picture. I really love that one. I want to put that in my journal too. That's so sweet too. Anyway, getting distracted. So one of my journal cards that I turned into a tuck spot, and this cute little gumnut baby, picture. I love the gumnut babies. The acacia again, or the wattle. And I just put some of these cancelled stamps on here, and I think it's so effective. I love this because it's kind of cream, and that's green. The boxes are green, so it just fits so well with the theme. And I love how it also says Australia. And I put in one of these cards with the cockatoo, so lots of writing space in there. And again, just decorating with stamps. And here's another vintage library card, and it just says social life of early man. So I thought that's kind of bringing in that theme of social family coming together, helping each other out. Vegemite, that's so cool. Just all things Aussie in here. And tag in there. And another big page pocket. And so in here we have, where is it? How do I, okay, there's the top. And we've just got a large journal card in this bag. Whoop, hang on. Okay, getting through it. I love this page too, with the kangaroo in the, Australia. And a Christmas greeting card there again, and another pocket. I decorated this little bag thing with some other pieces from the kit, and then stuck in this here. How cute is that? Another little fairy. And then, oh, there's also pockets here. So the other side also has a pocket, so a little secret space there for you to add your own journaling. A large journal card here. And then another one of my journal cards, and then you can journal on the back with the coffee dyed paper that's been sewn on, and more pieces. And there we go. Okay, so yeah, I hope I made you proud, Jenny. I hope you like this journal that I created. I very much enjoyed working on this, and just, you know, pouring out all that heart into it with the bushfires and the animals and everything. So I hope that you like it too. And if you want to bid for the auction, how it's going to work is, I've never done an auction before, but again, I was inspired by Johanna Clough. She did an auction to help the wildlife as well, not with the bushfires, but I think it was with pets, actually, helping pets. And again, I was just like, it's another sign. Everything is telling me to do this. So I was just getting inspired from everything, you know, Johanna Clough doing hers, the journal ladies coming together, and the tennis community coming together. And yeah, okay. So anyway, for the auction, I'll just, it's going to work two ways. So just check the description box below for the correct details and for better communicated details. Basically, just email me your bid, so that way it'll be a silent auction and the highest bid will receive the journal, and only the person who bids the highest amount will have to donate that money. So they will donate that money directly to the charity. So, oh wait, no, I think how do people do this? I've seen people do it in the Junk Journals Down Under group auctions. How do they do this? Because, yeah, so what they do in the Junk Journals Down Under group is they start the bidding at, say, $10, which is what I'm going to do with mine, because that will cover postage. Oh, wait, see, this is where I don't think. It covers it in Australia, $10 postage in Australia, and it's more like $20 in America. So just check the description box below, but maybe something like that. So the starting price will either be $10 or $20, depending on where you are in the world. That will cover postage. And then, the rest will go all directly to the charity. So none of it will actually go to me at all. So if you are interested, the highest bid for the silent auction wins. And so they're the only one who ends up donating that money. But for the Junk Journals Down Under group, for the Aussie ladies, I'll also put up a post in the boutique, the way that other people do auctions there, and you'll be able to see that and bid there. So, because that works really well. That's been another inspiration, is when I've seen people do auctions, I'm just like, yeah, I want to get on board, I want to do that. And this has been before all the bushfires happening. People have been doing auctions for charity. And in fact, one of my journals that I won was a journal that went to charity. My Kiani journal. This was an auction for a charity. So I bid on this. Anyway, so... Oh my gosh, I never think through logistics. My brain, seriously, sorry guys. Seriously, just check the description box for details of how to bid in the auction and how that will all work. But either silent auction through email, and then whichever gets the highest bid, either through the JJ group or whatever comes through the emails. There will only be one person who gets the journal, obviously, because there's only one journal. But I will let everyone know who has placed the highest bid and how much is raised for the wildlife charity fundraiser. Alright guys, I hope that kind of made sense, and I hope you like the journal. And yeah, like I said, if you aren't interested in the journal or whatever, feel free, if your heart is led, to donate to either the Red Cross or to a wildlife charity or to any charity that's helping out with the bushfires. If you are worried about it or want to do something about it, that can be a way. Just donate to charity. So yeah. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.